Okay, so the first 8, I have, F, G, and an H, and then the second 8, there's a different F, G, and H. Okay, so number 1, you're just adding F plus G of 5. So the way I like to do it is to just find F of 5 and G of 5 and then add them. But you could add the 2 first if you want. It's your choice. Okay, so F of 5 would be 5 squared minus 9. 25 minus 9 is 16. And G of 5 would be 2 times 5 plus 6, which is also 16. And then I would add them and get 32. Okay? But if you wanted to add them first, the x squared plus 2x minus 3, when you add those, add the 9, add the negative 9 and the positive 6, you get the minus 3. And then plug in 5, that's fine as well. Thanks. Okay, number 2, HG, there's no symbol between them, that means multiplication, right? Okay, so I would just do H of negative 1, which is 5 times negative 1 minus 7, which is negative 12. And then G of negative 1, which is 2 times negative 1 plus 6, which is negative 2 plus 6, which would be 4. And then multiply those, and you get negative 48. Multiplication. Number 2. Any questions on 1 or 2? Make it sense? All right. Number 3. This one is a composition. Okay, so that means I have to do G of 2 first. Remember, you do the back one first. And that's 2 times 2 plus 6, which is 10. And then you take that 10 and put it into the F function. So the answer you get for the G function, you put in for the F. And that's 10 squared minus 9. 100 minus 9 would be 91 for number 3. So that's what the circle tells you to do. It's called composition of functions. Okay. Now number 4 is a composition, but there's no number. Okay. We circle F of X. Okay. So again, you do the F of X first, which was what, x squared minus 9. And you plug that whole thing in the G function. So you're doing G of x squared minus 9 is what you're doing. And the G function is 2x, so instead of x, I put the x squared minus 9, and then we plus 6. So I distribute the 2. 2x squared minus 18 plus 6, which is 2x squared minus 12. So this one isn't a number, it's an expression. Questions on number 4? Okay. Number 5, this is another one with no number. So you take g of x, which is 2x plus 6, and you subtract h of x, which is 5x minus 7. So I always put a parenthesis around when I'm subtracting. That reminds me that it's going to be 2x minus 5x negative 3x. And then it's going to be 6 minus a negative 7, which means I'm going to actually add 7 and get 13. All right, so that's where we make a mistake once in a while. We forget minus a negative addition. Okay, so I usually put parentheses around that second one if I'm subtracting, just to remind me of minus a negative stuff. Questions? We okay? Hannah, you okay? You got a question? Going all right, right? Not too bad, right? Yeah. Okay. So again, when it's the circle, we're taking the f of x, that answer, and putting it in for h. So I'm doing h of whatever f of x was, and that was x squared minus 9 again. All right. And h of x was 5 times x. So again, the x squared minus 9 goes in for the x, and then the minus 7. We'll distribute the 5, and then combine like terms to simplify it. Oops, not 62, 52. Okay. Number 7. Back to numbers, and this is multiplication again. There's no symbol between the f and the h. So I'm going to find f of 8 and h of 8, and then I'm going to multiply them. And f, again, is x squared minus 9, so that'd be 8 squared minus 9. 64 minus 9 is 55. And then h is 5 times 8. 5x minus 7. So that's 40 minus 7, which is 33. And then I got to multiply those two numbers, 55 times 33. Which is 1815. Okay. And then number 8's another composition. So we have a number. Okay, so we have to find h. Gotta find h of 5 first. Right? And that answer goes in for g then. So h again was 5 times x, so 5 times 5 minus 7, 25 minus 7 is 18. So then the 18 goes in there for the g. And g was 2 times x, so 2 times 18 plus 6. And 2 times 18 is 36, plus 6 would be 42. So we got the first half done. Any questions? Simple, right? Yeah. All right, let's do the second half. We got 3 different functions now. All right, number 9 is subtraction of 2 functions. So I'm going to do g of 6 and f of 6, and then I'm going to subtract them. G this time is 5 times x, so 5 times 6 minus 11, and that's 30 minus 11, that's 19. And then f is 3x squared, so 3 times 6 squared plus 17. Again, here's where some people make a mistake. They're thinking to multiply that, make it 18 and then square it. That's not right. Do the 6 squared first. 36 times 3. What's that, 108? 108 plus 17 is 135. Okay, I should move that over. Is it 25 or 35? Yeah, you're right, it's 25. So I was thinking 18 instead of 108. Thanks. Okay, so I'm taking that. Oops, I want that. Wow, it didn't stay together. All right, and I'm subtracting them, right? It's subtraction, so remember that. So that's a negative 106. Okay. Whoa. Start over. All right, number 10 is another composition fog problem. And it's an x, not a number. So remember, I'm taking g of x and put it in for the f. So it's f of whatever g of x was, and this time g of x, 5x minus 11. And f is 3 times x squared. So this is 5x minus 11 squared, and the plus 17. Okay, so remember, 5x minus 11 squared means this. So you got to FOIL it. First, 25x squared outside negative 55x, and inside is a negative 55x, and last is a positive 121. Okay, so combining like terms there, simplified a little bit, would be 25x squared minus 110x plus 121. But what's in front? The 3, right? So I got to distribute a 3 now. Okay? So 3 times 25 is 75. And 3 times 110 is 330. And 3 times 121 is 363. Plus. And don't forget, there's that 17 there too. So the final answer is 75x squared minus 330x plus 380. Get that, Renee? All right. Okay, so don't, what the kids will do, they'll get in a hurry and they'll see this, so they'll go 25x squared and 121. They'll get those two, but they'll forget about the negative 110 in the middle. Okay, don't forget about that. Okay. All right, number 11. G plus h of x. So we're just adding the two together. G, again, 5x minus 11. Plus h, negative 6x plus 10. Combine like terms. 5x plus a negative 6x, negative 1x. Negative 11 plus 10 is a negative 1. Okay. Number 12, another composition. H circle F. And we got a number. That's good. So we're going to do, again, F of 3 first. And then we'll do H of that answer. Right? So F of 3 would be 3 times 3 squared plus 17. So 3 squared is 9 times 3 is 27. Plus 17 would be 44. So then I put 44 in the H, that answer. H is negative 6 times x, so negative 6 times 44 plus 10. And negative 6 times 44 is negative 264, I think. Plus 10 would be negative 254. Okay. 13, there's no symbol between them. So we're multiplying the two answers. All right, so F of 6 and G of 6. F would be 3, I got it backwards, but it doesn't matter, I guess. F would be 3 times 6 squared plus 17. And G would be 5 times 6 minus 11. All right, so 6 squared is 36 times 3 is 100. We did that one already, didn't we? F of 6 somewhere. There it is. F of 6 was the 125, right? So again, that was 108 plus 17, 125. And then 30 minus 11, we did that one already too, I think. 19. And then again, it's multiplication, so I have to multiply those. And that comes out to 2,375. Okay, no questions? So, pretty easy stuff, isn't it? So tomorrow we should do well. Our last quiz of the year. Okay, so this time H is negative 6x plus 10 minus G, which was 5x minus 11. Just combining like terms. So negative 6 minus 5 is negative 11x, and 10 minus a negative 11 is 10 plus 11, so 21. Another composition. Okay, so we're putting the G in for the H, since there's no number. So we're doing H of the G. The G was 5x minus 11. And H was negative 6 times 5x minus 11 plus 10. So that's negative 30x plus 66 plus 10 is is negative 30x plus 76. You good on that? Now look at 16. What do you see? Look at 15 and look at 16. What do you notice? Same problem. So I already did the work. All I got to do what now? Plug what in? 4, yeah. Since we just did hog already and got this answer, just plug 4 right there. I don't remember. It might. See if you guys are paying attention. But at least in the practice, it worked that way. So I would just do that. Okay, which is negative 120 plus 76. What's that? Negative 44. Okay. So, giving you a chance to maybe make up some summative points tomorrow. 5 apiece, how many points would that be? 16 times 5?
178.
80. All right, so, any questions making sense to you? You have it all?
Yeah, I have it already.
So you copy off Mr. Manuel credit. I get you something. At least you did some work today.